Good afternoon, everyone. It doesn't matter if I'm a teacher or what, but still you are scared when it is told that people are going to be inspired. So now it's a presser time. Like, I have to inspire you, and I hope you guys are going to be inspired after this. So in my world, ambition is not a fire to be fueled, but a flame to be extinguished before it spreads. Where the weight of culture is a shackle, and stepping beyond your predetermined boundaries is unspoken crime. Where the struggle of life is so big that your entire imagination ends at how you're going to survive next week, or rather tomorrow. So, the place where I come from, Eastern UP, carrying the culture of Bihar. How many of you are from that side, by the way? Anyone from Bihar here? I can see you. Very good. Yes. Where job comes with the title of doctor, engineer, and in the worst case scenario, a government teacher. And I said, I want to be a dancer. Imagine. It was met with laughter, pity, looked down upon, or the worst, just they were quiet, what to do with this boy now. When everyone is telling you that your choice is a mistake, what should we do? Should we just sit and succumb ourselves to the boxes created by others? Or we can see ourselves beyond our current situation and limitations? Namaste, my name is Vinay Tiwari, a Bharatanatyam practitioner, a dance photographer, certified yoga teacher, an interviewer, and creator of world's first ever full-length Bharatanatyam production in Bhojpuri language, critically acclaimed by the senior dance critics. So, interesting fact, I am a confident person, like super, extreme confident. When I received the TED message, I was like, finally they got my email. I mean, where they have been in my life. But suddenly I realized, oh my God, now I have to tell them everything. And the point was, are they really going to believe that whatever this boy is saying, is it really can be true, or is just some things to be like, he's just saying, he's wearing too many caps. But today, the language which I'm speaking, once I was not able to even grasp or able to pronounce. The confidence you see has come from many, many years of doubts and holding myself together to reach here. But then I realized, excuse me, hello, this is TED Talks. The stage has seen way many experienced people than you. So if there is any place where I can tell the journey, is this. So before I start my journey, I have a very small journey to tell. A story of a young girl in late 60s in small village where girls were not allowed, yes, I'm using the word allowed, to study in her village. She passed her exam in 10th and 12th with the first division and became first ever teacher of her village. She got married in age of 16. But her family was still not happy because they wanted her to become mother. As you know how we are. She had 3 daughters in the age of 35, but still family was not happy. They wanted a boy child. And in age of 36, she got her boy child. Imagine everyone was so happy, and then suddenly something happened. Her husband died. With 4 kids, she was now alone. It may sound like why I'm telling this story. Because I'm going to reveal this at the end because it is a very important story. Now come back to mine. So luckily, I also became teacher very young, in age of 19. And the reason was because my Nanaji and my mother, they both were teachers as well. And my mother, oh my God, such a desi mother. Anytime I ask anything, she will be saying, if you really want to spend this money, why don't you earn? And it was too much. You know, how many of you have faced this? Earn the money, then so many hands. She used to tell me every time the same thing. And I say, excuse me, same attitude. I told you I'm a super confident person. So I was like, okay. And I got my first job as a dance teacher in Delhi Public School in Lucknow, Jankipuram. And I said, see, now I'm a teacher as well. But every time I step into the classroom, I always used to think, I'm a dancer. Though I'm, following my mother's footsteps and being teacher, my feet were always dancing. Even I say I don't walk, I dance. And then I decided to quit the job, and my mother was like completely shocked. What? Because she never thought dance can be like, a career. And right now I am as a dance teacher and I'm quitting the job. And this journey starts from somewhere to becoming a dance teacher, right? I just skipped everything to my job. So it started from my hostel. When I was sent to hostel to study. And every time I walk into the classroom, everything looked like, oh my God, what is going on? Because I am a person who feels imagination is the biggest key we have. And everything for me was imagination. Every time syllabus was too much running, like I don't know what is going on in front of me. But every time I go to the dance class, or maybe if I make sketchings or painting, it used to feel like I am doing something what I want to. So, on the Krishna Janmashtami festival, I was told to perform. And I went to stage, and the claps really made me feel as stage is my home and this is where I belong. And for some random reason, my hostel warden gave me 1,000 rupees on those days. Imagine. He was so happy with the performance. I walked into a gift shop and I bought a camera without knowing anything. I had no idea why I'm buying this. I bought a camera, and today I'm known as one of celebrated dance photographer. Sometimes your destiny chooses you, you don't. But this time when I went home back, I told my mother, listen, I'm not going back home. In the hostel, I want to learn dance. And she was like, what? Because imagining dance as a career was not even the last option for us. But I and I said, no, I'm not going back. And then I was sent to one of the best school of my small town. I went one day and I said, I am not going to the school. They speak in Bhojpuri. मतलब मैं हिंदी में बात करता हूँ. They speak in Bhojpuri. I cannot walk in the class. And my mother was like, what? This is a golden opportunity for me. I said, I don't need this gold. I don't like gold. I like silvers. So I literally went one day school and I refused. And then she told me, okay, what do you want to do in life? I said, I want to dance. And after many, many days of search, she found out that yes, you can actually study dance. And I was sent to Bharatkhandi University in Lucknow to study dance, where I learned my Bharatnatyam diploma and senior diploma in folk dance of India. But when I walked in the classroom in Lucknow, I realized the Hindi which I was so much proud of is not even correct Hindi. Because I was telling people, शाम के टाइम रिक्शा पकड़ के जाना है. ना तो शाम सही था, ना तो रिक्शा सही था. And then I realized कि how much I need to work on myself. And this is where come our journey and the pointers which really made me today stand in front of you. So the first thing is always awareness. You should be always aware of your own reality. You should know what you really want to do in life. Walking out of this school and saying I don't want to go, it does not mean that I never wanted to study. But my mother said you can learn dance but you have to complete your education as well, and by the way I ended up doing my master's in sociology. Later on, when I came here, I had to work on every single word countlessly, and I have to practice each word day and night. Then journey of Lucknow happened. I became teacher, I did everything there. And then, not like today, the reels were not not in the market that time though. I'm young but not that young. So the reels were not there, but I saw some videos of Bharatanatyam online and then I realized I'm actually not good. I am below mediocre. That awareness was very much important. To know that you are not good is not something that you have to be sad. It gives you wings to understand that how much you can work on yourself. And then I imagined myself. You know, whenever we talk about imagination, we always try to make balance of it should be relatable. Acha, car chahiye, I need car of this much price, or if I want a house, I want this big house. But the whole point of imagination should be crazy, by the way. If you can imagine, it means it's your goal. And goals are meant to be reached within a certain time. Imagination should be so unbelievable, even if you get the 5% of it, you achieve way beyond more than others. When you imagine, never put limitations of your current situation or current understanding. So I imagined, and I used to tell my friends, that I am going to travel with the world's best gurus in the dance world. And I'm going to perform in the best stages, and I'm going to do this and that, la la la, la la la. You know, I told you I'm a very confident person. Though I'm a little nervous right now, it's okay. So, I worked on my language and I completed, and that awareness that I'm not good brought me to Delhi. And luckily I got opportunity to learn under Padma Bhushan awardee Dr. Saroja Vaidyanathan and Sangeet Natak Academy, Rama Vaidyanathan. I have traveled with ICCR, foreign also, to perform Bharatanatyam. I have traveled with my guru across India to perform. Because that time I did never imagine that I can do this. But I never put limitations to my imagination. Because again, the whole point of imagination, it should not be reality based. That's why it's imagination. Awareness is always important. And when I walked into Delhi, you know how Delhi people talk, the way I'm talking right now. Hello, how are you? Oh my God, another journey from bad Hindi to coming into the, shade of Lucknowi, Urdu speaking tehzeeb, and then coming to Delhi from hum aa rahe hain, tu aa raha hai kya? One side of Delhi is like, yeah, and second side of Delhi is like, excuse me. You know how it is. And I couldn't speak much English, though I'm graduate in English literature, but I couldn't speak. I was like, huh? What? You know, a lot of people who comes from our background, English is not our first language, not even second, it's our third language. But still, I worked again on this language. How good or bad, you can tell me. Not right now, please tell it afterwards. Okay, so I worked again on the language. But you know what is the interesting point about the learning language? I never learned English because I wanted to speak better. I learned English because I liked one artist. And you know who she was? I don't know if you're still guys here or not. Lady Gaga. I watched a video called Judas, and I said, who is this? I want to understand every single word in the lyrics. And that was my motivation, and it shows the power of art. An artist in USA inspired a boy in a very small village in bordering UP and Bihar to learn whole new language. Now comes the next point. Hard work. I know you must be thinking, oh my God, it's very generic, hard work. How does it matter? We all do. No. Believe me, it really matters. When you decide to do hard work, does not matter whether someone is watching you or not, it can bring the biggest change in your life. It is very easy to see others' privilege, but the most difficult thing is to see your own privilege. You know what we ignore? A working body, a thinking mind, and able, capability of doing anything. There are people who cannot walk on themselves. There are people who cannot listen. They cannot converse. They cannot do simplest thing like picking water bottle for them. So next time when you're thinking about hard work, just be aware. You can do all of this. So at least we should know that what we are capable of and what are our privileges. And then the journey of learning English started. So very simple rules. There is no rules. Very simple. Now comes my next point, is acceptance. You know, as a young people, it's very easy to get into self-criticism. Being self-critique of your work and you as a person are very two different things. It's very important to know where you are in the journey. But the more important thing is to know where you started. Comparing yourself with someone who has started 4 steps before you or after you is never right. The only person you should compare is you, yourself. Where did you start it? Changing my languages for 3 times was a privilege which I did not have and I had to face. But having a working body and completely normal mind itself, in whatever term we call it normal, was my privilege. Acceptance is important. And I'm going to tell you a very small funny story what happened with me and how I can relate with the acceptance. So you know, Delhi winters can be actually harsh, like bad. And also summers are like that, bad. And pollution is also bad. Oh my god, too many things bad. No, we're not going to say something like this. But it's everywhere, if you find out. So winters are very, chilly. And I was traveling from Gurgaon to Delhi like 5 a.m. in the morning and I booked a cab for myself. And I was like, okay, if I book a, auto, it will cost me, we all are young, we do that, okay, 200 rupees, okay, the cab is 500 and this is like that. I decided, okay, Vinay, it's okay, you can book a cab, you can afford, what is this? Then I booked a cab and the cab came and now I'm sitting and I told, Bhaiya, can you please lift the window up? And he was like, वो कोई आया था और उसने दबा दिया ये ऊपर नहीं जा रहा है. So he said the window cannot go up because it's not working properly. And I was like, wow. And suddenly this thought hit me. What was in my hand, I have already done. But what is in my destiny, I cannot change. And that was the acceptance at the moment. I could have cribbed about it, but I realized still I am comfortably going. Still I am way comfortable than that auto or maybe that bike. Or what if I did not have got any cab for next 3 hours? So the minute I accepted the situation, everything changed. So sometimes we just need to accept our reality. And it's very important to see ourselves beyond the situations right now we are. Now the last point I would say, the moments of magic. We always try to fix everything around us. We always try to make a path for us. Okay, I have to do this, then this will happen, this exam, this, that, la 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 la. Endless plannings. If I had never bought that camera, not knowingly, I don't know if I would ever become a photographer. If I had not done yoga, I would have not realized that one day I'm going to leave anything and die. The basic human thing. We all are reaching towards death, that's all. So it's very important that we leave the room for magic to happen around us. Accept it, and some person will come and hold your hand and take you out of some situation. We should be open-minded for the situation to lead us rather than always trying to put us in a situation where we are trying to, fight with everything. Now, these are the small things what I've gone through, and this is how my journey began. And kind of I'm here speaking in a language which once was so difficult for me to even grasp. I want to complete the girl's story because that girl was actually my mother. I think a lot of people are like, yes, I'm a patata. In those days, she had 4 kids, and when I was born, my father died on 17th day. She still fought with everything. And, well-groomed a child, enough capable to stand here and acting like a motivational speaker. I don't know how much I am motivated, but what I want to tell, it's not only story of my mother. It is story of so many heroes amongst us. Start looking for them around us. Don't support a person and celebrate a person when they are successful and celebrated. Support when they are sitting with you. Cheer for your friends when they are sharing an idea, which might sound way off the track. But it's okay to try and fail rather than trying, because when you are creating something new, there will be times there are no maps, because you are the one who's creating the roads. And one thing again, if the maps are our life, so knowledge is the bridge. Always hold the hands of knowledge, because believe me, that is the one thing which is always going to take you out from situations where you feel the deepest and darkest. And if you never give up, I know I'm going to sound like this reel of Priyanka Chopra, if you never give up and do the hard work and you keep on going on, you are going to successful in life. Success is very different for everyone. For me, success, when I created my first production, I asked myself, do I want to show the world how good or bad I am a dancer? Or I want to tell my story? I want to talk of the pain of so many kids around me who walked in Delhi with a dream and mocked for their language, mocked for their accent, the way they dress. And I created the first ever Bhojpuri production. So always remember where you come from. Because in Hindi we say कि तूफान में सबसे पहले पेड़ वही गिरता है जिसकी जड़ें कमजोर होती हैं. On that note, I will take the leave. Thank you so much.